What if I told you that the departure of Rome's legions from Britain was not the end, but the beginning of a saga written in blood, valor, and the forging of nations? Welcome to a journey through time, to an era shrouded in mystery and legend. Today, we unravel the story of Britain after Rome, the stage of an epic struggle for power. The year is 410 AD. Rome, the beacon of civilization in the ancient world, recalls its legions to defend the heartland, leaving the province of Britannia to fend for itself. The Roman departure leaves a void, plunging the island into a dark age of uncertainty and turmoil. Into this power vacuum step the Anglo-Saxons, seafaring warriors from the lands that are now Germany and Denmark. At first, they come as mercenaries, but soon they would seek lands of their own, sowing the seeds of new kingdoms in the fertile soil of Britannia. Imagine the clash of cultures, the battles fought not just for territory, but for the soul of Britannia. Amidst this chaos, a name echoes through history, a symbol of resistance against the encroaching darkness: Arthur. King Arthur, a figure shrouded in legend, leading the Britons in their darkest hour. While his existence remains a topic of debate, the legend embodies the spirit of a people unwilling to fade into obscurity. The transformation is profound. From the ashes of Roman Britannia rise the Anglo-Saxon kingdoms, Wessex, Northumbria, Mercia, East Anglia, each with its own ruler, its own laws, carving out a new destiny. Yet, the Celtic spirit endures in the West, in the rugged lands of Wales and Scotland, preserving a way of life that predates the Romans. This era, fraught with war and conquest, also sows the seeds of English culture and language. It is a time when legend and history intertwine, shaping the identity of a nation that will one day rule a vast empire. Have you ever wondered what happened to Britain after the Roman legions sailed back to their homeland, leaving behind centuries of civilization, roads, and cities? Imagine the island at the dawn of the 5th century, shrouded in mist and mystery, standing at the threshold of a new era. This story begins as the sun sets on Roman Britain, giving way to a night filled with the turmoil of war, the whispers of legends, and the dawn of new kingdoms. As the Roman grip loosened, the people of Britain found themselves in a world without the security and order they had known for nearly 400 years. Into this void stepped new players, ready to shape the destiny of the island. Among these were the Anglo-Saxons, warriors from the lands of what we now know as Germany and Denmark, driven by a desire for land and wealth. Their arrival wasn't a single invasion, but a series of settlements that would change the fabric of Britain forever. But the story of post-Roman Britain isn't just one of conquest and despair. It's also a tale of resilience and adaptation. The Britons, facing these formidable new challenges, rallied under leaders whose names have been lost to history and some who have been immortalized in legend. The most famous of these is Arthur, a king or warlord who, if he existed, might have led a coalition of Britons against the Saxon invaders. The tales of Arthur, Merlin, and the Knights of the Round Table, whether myth or reality, reflect the enduring human spirit to resist and to hope for a brighter future. This era also witnessed the complex process of cultural synthesis. The Anglo-Saxons brought with them their language, which would evolve into Old English, their pagan beliefs, and their social structures. Over time, these merged with the remnants of Roman British culture, creating a unique tapestry that laid the groundwork for modern Britain. Amidst the clash of swords and shields, missionaries from Ireland and the continent brought Christianity back to these shores, igniting a spiritual renaissance that would lead to the construction of monasteries and the spread of learning. As centuries passed, the Anglo-Saxon kingdoms consolidated their power, giving rise to a new order. Yet, the Celtic fringes of Wales, Scotland, and Cornwall held onto their distinct identities, languages, and traditions. This period, often shrouded in darkness, was, in fact, a crucible from which the nations of the British Isles emerged, each with its own story, yet all intertwined. In this evolving tapestry of post-Roman Britain, the landscape itself began to change. The great Roman villas and towns, once bustling centers of trade and governance, slowly gave way to simpler rural settlements. The network of Roman roads, unmatched in their construction, remained, but the destinations they connected transformed. Where once there were Roman courts and temples, now there emerged wooden halls and pagan worship sites, alongside the growing number of Christian churches dotting the countryside. But what of the people living during these times? Life for the average Briton underwent profound changes. The Roman economic system, which had brought wealth and goods from across the empire, crumbled, leading to a more self-sufficient, localized way of living. Agriculture became the backbone of survival, with communities relying on their crops and livestock. Yet, in this time of transition, the seeds of new identities were sown. The Anglo-Saxons, with their own languages and customs, gradually blended with the Celtic Britons, creating a melting pot from which emerged new dialects, new traditions, and new stories. One cannot discuss this era without marveling at the resilience of culture and learning. Monasteries, such as those established by St. Patrick in Ireland, became beacons of Christian scholarship, preserving not only religious texts, but also the knowledge of the classical world. It was in these scriptoriums that the first glimmers of what would become English literature began to shine, with works like the epic poem Beowulf weaving together the threads of Anglo-Saxon heroism with the Christian values that were becoming ever more prevalent. As the centuries marched on, the Anglo-Saxon kingdoms began to face their own challenges. Raids by Viking invaders from the north brought a new wave of conflict and conquest, leading to yet another period of transformation and adaptation. But just as Britain had absorbed the impact of the Romans and the Anglo-Saxons before them, it would once again find a way to incorporate these new influences into its ever-evolving story. This saga of post-Roman Britain, from the departure of the legions to the dawn of the Viking Age, is a testament to the enduring spirit of its people. Through invasion, migration, and the ebb and flow of empires, the inhabitants of Britain forged a new identity, laying the groundwork for the nation we know today. It is a reminder that history is not just about the battles and the kings, but about the resilience and creativity of humanity in the face of change. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.